The dreaded Servatur Terrazamar Sun Suite, Gran Canaria. A place that promised so much, yet delivered so little. I still shudder at the mere thought of those crumbling walls, holding together what could only be described as a disaster waiting to happen. As I stepped into the lobby, I was immediately struck by the eerie feeling of being transported back in time. Not in a charming, vintage way, but more like walking into a Soviet-era time capsule, minus the charm. The air was thick with the stench of stagnation, a potent mix of mediocrity and neglect. The first red flag came in the form of a receptionist, Adele, who seemed to be allergic to smiling. Her gruff demeanor was only matched by her alarming lack of interest in our well-being. It was as if she had been trained in the art of apathy, her every word dripping with disdain for her guests. But I digress. Our friends, innocent souls that they were, had their items stolen from their room. And when they mustered up the courage to report the crime to the management, they were accused of creating an insurance scam. Can you believe it? The audacity. It was only when they threatened to involve the authorities that the stolen items miraculously reappeared in their room. Coincidence? I think not. And then there was the pool area. Oh, the pool area. A cacophony of noise, with music loud enough to shatter eardrums, yet somehow, simultaneously, utterly forgettable. It was like they had taken every terrible 90s pop song and mashed them together into a never-ending sonic abomination. I mean, who thought it was a good idea to subject paying customers to such oral torture? But of course, that was just the tip of the iceberg. The rooms themselves were a masterclass in neglect. No safes, broken sockets, and air conditioning that was as effective as a toddler's tantrum. It was like they had taken every possible amenity and deliberately removed it, as if to say, you know what? We don't care about your comfort. We just want your money. And don't even get me started on the royal sunsuits. Oh boy, what a disaster. A supposed upgrade that was more like a cruel joke. The most expensive accommodation, yet it looked like it belonged in a rundown hostel. It was like they had taken every penny of our hard-earned cash and laughed all the way to the bank. But I'm not here to just rant about the physical shortcomings of this dump. No, I want to delve deeper into the psychological effects of such an establishment. You see, when you pay good money for a service, you expect a certain level of quality. And when that quality is consistently lacking, it begins to erode your sense of trust. You start to feel like you're being taken advantage of, like you're just a means to an end. And that, dear friends, is what Servatur Terrazamar Sun Suite, Gran Canaria, does to you. It chews you up and spits you out, leaving you feeling like a worthless, insignificant speck in their grand game of profit over people. So I ask you, dear readers, have you ever felt like you've been scammed? Have you ever felt like you've been treated like dirt just to line someone else's pockets? Share your stories with me, and together, let's expose the truth about this dump. And to the management of Servatur Terrazamar Sun Suite, Gran Canaria, I say this: you should be ashamed of yourselves. You should be ashamed of the way you treat your guests, of the way you prioritize profit over people. You should be ashamed of the sheer audacity you display, thinking you can get away with such blatant disregard for human decency. But I'll give you this: you've made me a better writer. You've made me more determined than ever to expose the truth, to be a voice for the voiceless, and to bring about change, one review at a time. So, thank you, Servatur Terrazamar Sun Suite, Gran Canaria. Thank you. The reality of businesses near Servatur Terrazamar Sun Suite, Gran Canaria. If you're staying at Servatur Terrazamar Sun Suite, prepare yourself, because the businesses nearby are a masterclass in disappointment. From gyms that punish you for breathing to restaurants that serve sadness on a plate, this area has perfected the art of letting people down. Let's start with fitness. Gyms near Servatur Terrazamar Sun Suite seem to operate on the principle that exercise should be as painful as possible, and not because of the workout. Take Amphi Wellness Center, for example. This place treats lifting weights like a crime. Drop a dumbbell? Scolded. Want to turn on the AC? Denied. The equipment is so limited you'd think they're afraid of muscle growth. One visitor described it as a spa for people who hate progress. Another said it felt like working out in a closet. If you're serious about fitness, you might have better luck lifting the hotel furniture. Then there's the food scene. Restaurants here have a special talent, making you question why you ever left your room. Rest Hong Kong is a tragic comedy of errors. Their fried rice is so bland, it's like eating air with chopsticks. One reviewer, who actually works in a kitchen, said the food was so bad it made them angry. And that's saying something. Egg rolls, more like egg failures. The only thing consistent here is the disappointment. Coffee lovers, brace yourselves. Coffee House doesn't just serve coffee, they serve frustration in a cup. Waiting 20 minutes for a latte, normal. Getting the wrong drink after 35 minutes, standard. The staff move with the urgency of a sloth on vacation. One customer watched employees laugh among themselves, only to turn stone-faced the second a guest approached. It's like they're allergic to customer service. And if you dare ask for a clean table, prepare to wait, because hygiene is apparently optional. Now let's talk nightlife. Aqua Ocean Club is where fun goes to die. The door policy is a mystery. Unless you're willing to drop €150 on a bottle you don't want, you might as well not exist. Inside, the vibe is non-existent. Empty dance floors, overpriced drinks, and security guards who treat guests like trespassers. One group paid €20 each to get in, only to be told the dance floor was VIP only. Another visitor accused the club of racism after being denied entry with black friends. The only thing thriving here is the sense of regret. Shopping, more like getting scammed. The Mint Company sells designer dreams, except the dreams are defective. Clothes with holes, bags that fall apart, and salespeople who treat you like an inconvenience. One customer bought a €500 purse that started peeling in months. Another found the same damaged jacket back on the rack hours after pointing it out. It's like they're running a spot the flaw challenge, except you're the one paying for it. Finally, La Bodega de la Avenida, where special occasions go to be ruined. Anniversary dinner? Here's your cold, reheated meat, fresh fish, more like fridge surprise. One couple was charged for a dish they couldn't eat because it smelled off. Another group watched waiters argue while their food got colder than the service. The only thing consistent is the disappointment. So, what's the verdict? Businesses near Servatur Terrazamar Sun Suite treat customer satisfaction like an urban legend, something people claim exists, but no one has ever seen. Whether it's apathy, incompetence, or outright scams, the pattern is clear: lower your expectations. Or better yet, bring your own coffee, cook in your room, and save yourself the heartache. Because in this corner of Gran Canaria, perfection is a myth, and mediocrity is the standard. Here's what I found out about the area around Servatur Terrazamar Sun Suite, Gran Canaria. You know, it's like really pretty, but also super scammy, sadly. Like, imagine you're on vacation, relaxing, and then bam, someone tries to steal your money or trick you into buying something you don't need. It's just so. So I looked into these brick and mortar stores near Servatur Terrazamar Sun Suite, Gran Canaria, and oh boy, they're like masters of scams. One thing I found out is that they have these scratch card scams. Like, you're just walking down the street and someone's all, "Hey, you won, you got a free scratch card." And then you win, but only if you go to this store or office. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, it is. They just want to sell you something you don't need or trap you into a timeshare presentation. I mean, can you imagine? You're on vacation and you're stuck in some boring meeting for hours. No thanks. I predict that these victims were probably really upset and frustrated, like they just wanted to relax and then they got scammed. They might have even cried or got into an argument with their partner or friends. And the scammers, they just walk away with a smile, counting their money. It's so unfair. Another thing I found out is that there are travel agencies with storefronts near Servatur Terrazamar Sun Suite, Gran Canaria that are just, like, fake. They promise you a dream vacation, but it's all a scam. They take your money and then, poof, they disappear. I mean, can you imagine paying for a holiday and never getting it? It's like the worst feeling ever. I think the victims were probably devastated, like they might have been saving up for months or even years for that vacation. And then it just doesn't happen. They're left with nothing but an empty bank account and a broken heart. And the scammers, they're just living their best life, laughing all the way to the bank. Then there are these electronic and perfume stores near Servatur Terrazamar Sun Suite, Gran Canaria that are just like super shady. They'll quote you one price, and then when you get to the register, it's a completely different price. Or they'll swap out the real product for a fake one. It's like they're just taking advantage of tourists, you know. They think we're all just, like, stupid or something. I predict that the victims were probably really angry and frustrated, like they felt so ripped off. They might have even tried to argue with the store owners, but they just wouldn't listen. And the store owners? They're just like, oh, you're just a tourist, you'll never come back anyway. It's so sad. And then there are these fake prize draws near Servatur Terrazamar Sun Suite, Gran Canaria. Like you're walking down the street and someone's all, you won, but it's just a scam. They want to sell you something or get you into some kind of membership. It's like, can't they just leave us alone? I think the victims were probably really disappointed, like they thought they won something cool, but it was just a trick. They might have even felt embarrassed, like they fell for it. And the scammers? They're just like, ha, gotcha, it's so mean. Anyway, that's what I found out about the area around Servatur Terrazamar Sun Suite, Gran Canaria. Just like be careful, okay? Don't fall for these scams. You're on vacation, you deserve to relax and have fun, not get ripped off.